What is happening, wonderful people? So last night I got a chance to go see Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. And in this film, claiming to be from the future, a man takes hostages at a Los Angeles diner to recruit unlikely heroes to help him save the world. And that's all I can say without giving too much away. Let's talk about it.
What's your favorite scary movie?
So Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. This is a movie this year that I honestly at first was not planning on watching. I was not planning on going to see it. But eventually, like a couple of weeks or months ago, I was like, you know what? I actually kind of want to go see this. I like Sam Rockwell. I really like the premise of this, and Gore Verbinski is a really great director. He's a great director. He did all three of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, the first three Pirates of the Caribbean movies. He did Rango, which I haven't seen since I was little, but I really remember enjoying Rango at that time. So he's a really, really good director. His attention to detail is phenomenal, and I like Sam Rockwell as a actor. You know, I haven't seen him in many things, but I liked him in Iron Man 2. I really did, and he's a great actor. And you have Michael Pena in here. You have Zazie Beetz. You have Juno Temple, which I haven't seen many things with Juno Temple, but I like her as an actress. I do. And Michael Pena is great. He's hilarious. And I like Zazie Beetz. She's awesome. She's really great. And I like the concept about a man trying to go into the past to stop AI from taking over. And when you read that concept or that plot, you're like, okay, I feel like I've seen that movie before. It sounds very, like it's going to be very, very familiar and generic. But when you see the movie, you'll see how it is unique. You'll see when you watch it how it does have like a unique spin on the concept. And I actually got to see this movie last night with Robert from Cinefanatics and Daniel Marks from The Mark Show. So that was a lot of fun. They're two of my closest, friends, movie reviewer friends. So that was really cool. And it's really cool too, because putting the movie aside for a second, not talking about the movie, but talking about the experience, the atmosphere, where we were last night watching the movie. We got to see this movie in a very small, intimate room, and you can see the picture right here. And Robert Rodriguez, he directed From Dusk Till Dawn, he directed Grindhouse, he directed Spy Kids movies, Desperado, he directed all these movies. He's originally from Austin, Texas, so he was there in attendance hosting a Q&A with Gore Verbinski. He wasn't there in person, but he was there on Zoom, so we could kind of all hear him. He could hear us, we could see him, he could see us, and it was just a really, I didn't get to meet Robert Rodriguez, but it was just really cool to be in the same room as him, and it was just really, really cool. But at the same time, I don't want that type of experience to make me biased, because I try not to be biased. And I really do like Gore as a director, whether it's the first two Pirates of the Caribbean movies, not the biggest fan of the third one, and whether it's Rango. I haven't seen Rango since I was little, like I mentioned earlier, but I remember really liking Rango and having fun with it. And after walking out of Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, I will say I did end up liking it, and I think it is a movie that'll definitely grow on me, but I didn't love it as much as everyone else. So if you're new to my channel, or if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I like to talk about my positives first, then my negatives next. But even when I need to be negative, I will be positive. And even when I need to be positive, I will be negative as well. And overall, I enjoyed it for the most part. Like I said, I didn't love it like everyone else, but at the same time, I did find some fun. I had some fun with it. And a lot of people that I know, a lot of movie reviewers that I have met or I know personally, like Robert from Cinefanatics, Daniel Marks from The Mark Show, Sean Chandler from Sean Chandler Talks About, and Cody Leach, they all loved it. They absolutely all loved it, and I trust all four of them 100%. I do. So I was really looking forward to it, because I do like Sam Rockwell, and I think Gore is a really talented director, really great director. And even though I didn't love it like everyone else, and it's kind of the same situation with like Sin Help, right? When I did my review for Sin Help, I am out of the theater reaction. I liked Sin Help. I did. I didn't love it like everyone else though. Like I really did enjoy Sin Help. I did, but it's a movie that's a one-time watch for me. Like there are some good things about it, but also there are some things I just wasn't the biggest fan of. And that's the same thing with this movie. Like I really did enjoy it. I did, but I didn't fully love it like everyone else. Like there are some great things about it, but also there's some things that I just wasn't the biggest fan of. And I really think that, the movie is very relevant to today. It's very relevant in an interesting way, and it's a very interesting movie to comprehend because everyone today, and I'm guilty of this, I am guilty of this, where I'm on my phone a lot. I am on my phone a lot. I am, and I'm guilty of that. But in this movie, it's really interesting because the main premise of this movie is AI taking over and people being so addicted to their phones and people being so addicted to electronics and technology and how it literally just takes over your brain and it just rots your brain, as people would say, you know. And you know, the movie really does make you think, and I love the metaphorical aspects in this movie. I love the satirical aspects in here because there is a lot of satirical moments in here, and I don't want to say anything because I don't want to give it away, and you'll kind of know what I'm talking about when you see the movie, and along with the metaphorical aspects. I don't want to give too much away, but when you watch the movie, you'll be like, oh, that's what he was talking about. That is really relevant today. He was right. He was right about that. And I think I've always liked Sam Rockwell. I've always enjoyed Sam Rockwell as an actor. I think he's such a fun actor, and he's an absolute blast in here. I think he's an absolute blast. He's very chaotic and all over the place, but in a good, frantic way. And some of his one-liners, some of the things he says are really, really funny in here. And I think Juno Temple is really great in here. She's kind of more of the quiet, kind of keeping to herself type of character, which I thought that was good for her character and the way she was written. And Michael Pena and Zazie Beetz are a couple in here, and I loved both of them. Michael Pena is not so much awkward in here, but he's also kind of frantic and all over the place in a way. He's kind of like a nervous wreck, right? And Zazie Beetz is just the more calm character, and she kind of tries to level out Michael Pena's character, and they're kind of, well, I was going to say something, but I'm not going to give that away. I almost said something, but I'm not. But they're both great in here. I think they're both great. There's a lot of other actors in here that I'm not too familiar with, but everyone else did great in here. You can see the photos I have up here. They all did really, really great. And it's directed beautifully. It's a really well shot movie, and I don't believe, because this movie we all saw it early last night, and it officially releases in theaters this week coming up this Thursday. And I don't believe this movie is being released in IMAX. I don't believe this movie was filmed in IMAX, for IMAX, I should say. I think it's just premium formats. But I think the whole time the movie was legit full screen. It was full screen the whole time. So it kind of made you feel like you were watching an IMAX movie, even though it's not an IMAX movie. And it's directed beautifully. It's such a beautiful film to look at, whether it's the cinematography, whether it's just the way it's shot and the camera angles and how fast the camera moves. I loved all of that in here. And it's legit funny at times. I think the humor does land for the most part. It's legit funny at times, but also at the same time, it's unironically funny because some of the things that go on in here, my buddy Robert from Cinefanatics and Cody and Sean, all of them saw it in Fantastic Fest in September. That's a film festival, a horror film festival that goes on in Austin, Texas every September, and I'm planning on going this year. I hope I can go. I wanted to go last year and I wanted to go 2 years ago, but I just didn't get a chance to. But they all saw it, and I was like, okay, yeah, I trust all three of y'all. I do. So I'm looking forward to this. And Daniel, this was his first time watching it as well last night, and he really enjoyed it. But some of the things that happen, and I won't say what the certain thing I'm thinking of right now, what happens, but there is a certain animal that shows up. I'll just leave it at that. And I was like, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. And along with that animal, there's a thing that happens at the very, very end that also includes Michael Pena, and I'm just like, you think this certain thing is this thing, but then it ends up being another thing, and there's another thing, and you're just like, that's bold. That is so freaking bold. They didn't just do that. They just did that. Bro, what? And that's where the shock value comes in. The shock value of this movie is just absolutely bonkers and insane. And it's fun and surprising. And I think the twists that we get in here work. And, you know, I actually kind of called one of the twists, like before the movie ended, before we got the reveal of the twist. And when it happened, I was like, you know what? I expected that. I called that, but I'm not mad that I did. I'm not mad that I did. It was kind of predictable, but in a good sense, in a good way, a good type of predictable. And I think the scale of this movie works too. I talked about how it looks like it was fully full screen the whole time, but I also talked about how it's not made for IMAX. It just, the scope of this movie is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And I think it's very nuanced. The attention to detail in here is really great as well. And it's trippy, it's weird, and it's very self-aware. It's very self-aware as well. It knows what it wants to be, and knows what it wants to do, where it wants to go, what it wants to say, and it's not afraid to take big, bold swings and risks. It's not at all. It swings for the fences, and there are some jokes in here where I was like, they didn't just, that's wild. Should we even be laughing at this? I don't even know if we should be laughing at this. I feel like I shouldn't be, but everyone else was laughing, so I was like, oh, okay. And I think the pacing is very steady and tight, especially with how energetic the movie is, and especially with how just all over the place, in a good way, not in a bad way, but all over the place, and how just chaotic and frantic in a good way, not a bad way, but how frantic the movie is. And I think the editing is really good. Right when the movie opens, it's in a diner, and the editing, there's even just a simple scene where someone throws, when you go to a restaurant, chefs put like those tickets on that round spinny thing, and then they like hit the bell and you have the food right there so the waiter can come pick it up. There's a simple scene in the movie where they put it right there, and the editing is flawless. It's absolutely flawless. And I think the dialogue is very smart, it's very quick, it's very quippy as well. And I love how the story is told in a non-linear structure, kind of like Weapons. I loved how Weapons had a non-linear style. I love when any movie has a non-linear storytelling, and I think it flowed perfectly. I love the metaphorical and satirical aspects in here, and it has a good aesthetic and atmosphere going along with how it was directed, and you definitely have to see it with the crowd. And now talking about my negatives, while I did enjoy it for the most part, and I feel like it's one, while I didn't love it like everyone else, and while I might watch it again in the future, maybe, I think it'll definitely grow on me. I think it's a film that will definitely grow on me. I hope it does, because I liked it, but I didn't love it like everyone else, and I wanted to. I want to love every movie I see, and I still did enjoy it, but I didn't love it as much as everyone else, and the beginning didn't quite hook me all the way. And y'all know I'm an advocate for, I talk about all the time how a movie's supposed to hook you. If a movie hooks you, you're in for something good. You're in for something good. And even then, I still really did enjoy it, even though it didn't hook me all the way in the beginning. I like the overall aesthetic and atmosphere, but I will say the vibe, you split up atmosphere, aesthetic, and vibe. They're all kind of the same in a way. In a sense, they're kind of the same. But aesthetic, atmosphere, great. Vibe was okay. I thought the vibe of the movie was okay. And the humor does land for the most part, but I definitely wanted more humor. Like, it's fun, legit funny at times. Like, there's a few moments where I'm like, that actually worked. That actually landed for me, because they take bold swings in here, and there are certain things that happen, especially at the very end, that you're just like, that you're laughing because it's unironically funny, and it's just funny, legit funny at times, without it being unironically funny. And it's just not every joke lands, though. Some of the jokes did fall flat, and some character, the way the nonlinear storytelling, the way the story is told in this movie is nonlinear. It's a nonlinear structure and format, which I like. I really do like that. But I will say, we get chapters for each character, which I love. I absolutely love that. But I will say, some characters in some chapters for the characters are more interesting than others, and I found this character to be more interesting than that character. I didn't find that character to be that much interesting. That character's more interesting than that character. So yeah, overall, with Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, I liked it. I did like the movie. I didn't love it like everyone else, but I still walked out having a good enough time. I had a few laughs in there. I think the experience was good, and I think if you are a gore fan, if you're a fan of Sam Rockwell, if you like this type of concept, if you like the trailer and you were like, oh, I definitely want to go see this, I think you might enjoy it. So with Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, I will give this movie a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And with Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, I will say, dedicate your time. I think if you're a fan of this type of concept, if you watch the trailer, if you're a Gore Verbinski fan, if you're a Sam Rockwell fan, I think you might enjoy it. So that'll wrap up this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please start to subscribe, like, comment, share in this video. We just hit 1K subs a while back. We're now 1.2K. And the next big milestone is 2K and 3K after that. Beyond that as well. If you're new as well, I did movie reviews, TV show reviews, trailer reactions, movie live streams, movie news, movie rankings, all that wonderful movie stuff under the movie umbrella. And let's talk about it in the comments down below. Did y'all like this movie? Did y'all not like this movie? Are y'all gonna go see it in theaters officially this Thursday? Or are y'all gonna wait to watch it on streaming? Let's talk about it down below. Keep talking movies with wonderful people. And also don't forget, good luck, have fun, and don't die.